Hi, I'm Dorothy Godin, broker through Max Crown Realty, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I'm a little bit late getting the video up and running, and I think that's just indicative of the spring market and how it's getting so hard to schedule anything because showings are back to back. But whatever, here we are, and a little bit late, but that's okay. At least we're here. 6 months has gone, and can you believe it? I just am blown away at how fast half the year has gone, and I was thinking about, the real estate market as a whole. And as you all remember, 2021, 2022, those are our COVID years. The market was crazy. We were running like chickens with our heads cut off and, managing expectations for buyers who were writing, 13 offers and always being outbid. And then last year, with 2023, the interest rates went up and everybody kind of took a step back and it was slower. And I remember that last quarter of 2023, it was unusually slow. I mean, it's always kind of slow in the wintertime, but this was like really unusually slow. And then came 2024, and all I can say about this year is that it's messy. It's messy. There's not a lot of consistency. It's as if we have two different markets. We have the under 600 market and the over 600 market, and they're two different markets. So, as on a whole, June was good. It was a little bit less productive than May, rather. And that's to be expected because it's the end of the school year. Families are super busy. But we did have 207 residential sales in the city of Greater Sudbury. Average days on the market was 19 days. And on average, people were getting almost 4% above list. And that's the city as a whole. And the average sale price was 523. So if you look at year to date, our number was better than last year, which is to be expected because it was slower. But it was also better than 2019 and 2018 in terms of number of sales. Of course, it was not as good as 2021 and 22. Again, those were the pandemic years. And our average sale price is almost 500,000, which is the same as it was during the pandemic. So incredibly enough, we have not lost value in terms of average sale price. So that's amazing. 64% of the sales in the month of June sold at or above list price. We have 283 active residential listings, which is great. We see new listings coming on the market. And we have 1.3 months of inventory, which still is an indicator that we still are in a seller's market. So do remember that the fastest market we have is the 300 to 500. And that market is just insane. It feels like the pandemic years. I haven't done a deal under 600 that didn't involve multiple offers and didn't involve some crazy number in terms of the sale price. But that's not the same as the over 600. The over 600 feels more normal. I say that 2024 in the first 6 months seems messy to me because for the first time, I had two deals that were delayed. They did close, but they were delayed. And it was a banking issue. They're not my buyers, they're other agents' buyers. We had out of town mortgage specialists, out of town lawyers, and a couple of days before closing, we get a call to say, oh, the mortgage underwriter needs an appraisal. Well, they had 30 to 60 days to get that done. I don't understand why it becomes an issue at the last minute. We did eventually close these, but it was very disappointing and very disheartening for the seller who puts their faith into these realtors and, to bring them an offer and close when it's supposed to close. There are huge consequences to not closing on time. You as a seller, you may be, you might be trying to buy another house and now you can't close that house. And it's just a big mess. And so I encourage everyone to, really have strong and often talk to your mortgage broker and your lawyer to make sure everyone's on top of everything. I feel that in those two incidences, someone missed the boat. There should not have been a delay because you needed an appraisal at the last minute. There's no way when you have 30 to 60 days to get all these things done, it should not happen the week before closing that there's an issue that you need an appraisal. I also think it's messy because we're in a situation where buyers and sellers some are not as motivated as others. And what I mean by that is we have sellers who are saying, I'm going to put my house on the market. I'd love to make a move, but if I don't get the money that I want, I'm not moving. And then we have buyers who are also saying, I really want to get into the market. I really want to make a move and buy something this year. But if I don't get it in the location I want and the price that I want, I'm not going to move. And so we have these buyers and sellers who are actively in the market, but they're kind of frozen because they've not aligned their train of thought to what actual is the reality of the market. And so it always comes back to you need to know your specific market. As I always say, right now in Sudbury, we have two different markets, the under 600, the over 600. So it's great that I tell you, what's happening as a city as a whole, but you have to know what your market is doing because market is always hyper local. Even within the city, even under the 500, S1 New Sudbury is not the same market as Coppercliff. So you always want to make sure that you understand your market. And for those, I understand buyers and sellers who are kind of frozen. The market's not giving them what they want. I think that's okay as long as you're having an open conversation with your realtor. So I hope you find this helpful. July usually is a very busy month. It's only been a couple of days, and I find the market quite busy. As always, you can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. Have a great week.